Let me know you can hear me okay, and we can get started. Robert, I'll let you take the questions, I think.
Okay, it looks like everybody can hear you. There are a lot of people saying yes, yes, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, right. Who understands what launch jacking, or who doesn't understand what launch jacking is? Let's see if there's anybody who doesn't understand what launch jacking is. And we can take it from there, I guess, and just try to keep it really, really simple. Right, Ronald doesn't. Harlan, please clarify. Right, okay, so launch jacking basically is when there's a product launch coming up, but it can be anything, it can be any niche, it doesn't have to be internet marketing. We associate it more with places like Munchai, like you can see here, munchai.com. You can see all the product launches coming up for the next week, even for the next month, okay? And you can plan it well ahead of time with this kind of stuff. Now, the benefit of doing it in internet marketing niche is that there's so many different product launches, and you can reuse a lot of the same things multiple times if you want to do it that way, if you want to do it with the internet marketing niche, okay? So basically, launch jacking is basically what we're doing is we're doing promotions for these launches specifically for the date that they go live, okay? You will find that most product launch sales happen in the first 2 or 3 days. After that, it kind of trickles in these launches, and maybe in the last day you will get a spike again because it's closing down or something like that, or they've got a limited time offer. Okay, so that's basically what launch jacking is. But we don't have to do this just for launches, and we don't have to do it just for the internet marketing niche. You can do this for kind of CPA offers if you want to do for sort of cost per action. CPA means cost per action, okay? Things like CPA offers for it could be anything. It could be for health niche. It could be for pay-per-call, all that kind of stuff. You can do the same kind of system, just slightly modified. And we will talk about that later, probably in about week 3 or something, because that comes into the actual SEO stuff, the strategy stuff, and the video marketing stuff that we'll be doing in week 3. Okay. This week is really all about getting things prepped, making sure you understand what launch jacking is. And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to give you some homework. And so for next week, you're going to be ready with some stuff. Okay. Now, the most important thing that what we need to consider when we're doing this is being able to minimize our work. Okay. And to be able to minimize our work, we've got 2 goals, 2 main goals. First is always building a list. Okay. Always building a list, because it gives you the traffic again and again and again that you would want to have. Okay. It gives you that traffic, gives you a massive advantage. Let me just show you a very quick glimpse in my Aweber and give you an idea of the power of an email list, okay? You can see it in here. It's my last 2 emails that I sent out, okay? I've got 1.4 thousand people open the social robot, okay? Look at that, it's just a very small headline, but because you start to build trust and authority within your marketplace, you begin to get high open rates. Now you can see that went to 9,449 people, okay? 1.4 thousand open rate is actually very high, okay? So being able to get that kind of exposure, get that kind of attention when you're sending an email out, it gives you an instant advantage over 99% of other people who do not have a list, okay? It gives you a massive advantage, and it makes a whole bunch of sales in its own right. This is what I'm trying to get you to. You might not be able to get a list this size immediately, but it's something that you can build, and you can build it whether you're making your own products or promoting other people's products. We will talk about that as well in week 2. Okay, so let's jump in here and come over to the slides over here. Okay, Robert, if you keep an eye on the questions, I'm just going to minimize the questions so that I don't get distracted now. So I'll let you just keep an eye on the questions. You can sort of interrupt me in between some of these points if there's anything comes up. Okay. Right, okay.
Let's wait for the slides before you start. We can put that in there because everybody's going to ask for it.
Yeah. Good idea. I'll just get my mouse back. I've got 2 screens on, and sometimes it gets stuck on the other screen. Okay, so share. Share the link. Okay, so I'll put this in here. Now we're going to be building this up every week. I'm not going to put everything in week 1. Okay, we're going to build this up every week. And week 4, I want to bring someone in who I know did, he did launch jacking in a very, very specific way. He made $66,000 in 1 week for one product. I want to try and bring him in. That will be an additional week if we can get a hold of him. Okay, and he did that via YouTube ads, just YouTube ads, and it wasn't even expensive. Okay, he made $66,000 in 1 week. So we'll keep that in mind that we want to bring him in, and we can pull that together as well for an additional webinar. Okay, so anyway, this is going to be in 3 sessions. I've designed this system so that it can be used with other sort of affiliate and CPA offers, okay? That means we can use it for ClickBank, we can use it for JVisa, you can use it for CPA networks, for anything that you are really, really interested in. Ideally, you want to choose a niche where you have a significant interest. Okay, you really need to have an interest so that you can monitor what's going on, that it doesn't become a chore. Okay, when things begin to become a chore, they don't last. Okay, it needs to be something that you are very, very interested in. Okay, and you need to be able to look and see what's coming up and understand what is likely to be the most profitable launches or products coming up. Okay, I can give you some examples as we go through, maybe in week 2 and week 3 as well, what we see maybe in Munchai and some other places that I'll show you in week 2. Okay, but for now, all I need you to do right now is think about a niche that you are familiar with, you've got an interest in, and we're going to take this step by step, and hopefully you're going to join in and actually take some action rather than just the theory stuff. Okay, that's entirely up to you. There's no pressure, but if you do that, then we can hopefully get you making money. Now, before we actually go further, is Musa here? Musa from the Facebook group. He used Video Synd Alpha last week, and I know that he just run it, I think just one time from what I understood in the Facebook group, and he did it for the Fresh Store Builder launch. I think he ran it just one time, and he got 3 page 1 rankings and made 3 sales the last time I had checked on Facebook. That was about 3 or 4 days ago. Musa here?
I don't see him in the audience list.
Maybe he's in a different time zone. Okay, we'll try and get more information from him from next week. I'll try and get a hold of him on Skype or something and get more information.
Here.
Yeah?
He is here. That's MJ.
Okay. Musa, do you want to have a quick chat about what you did? Do you want us to put a microphone? Have you got a microphone there? And we can ask you a couple of questions so that other people can benefit from what you did. Take a drink.
MJ, can we bring you on live? He says yes.
Okay, you know how to make him? You make him panelist, I think, yeah?
I will make him a panelist.
Yeah, so right-click on his name, make him a panelist, and we'll bring Musa in. He can tell us basically what he did, and we'll ask him a couple of questions about why he chose that particular product, etc. So we can get some insight.
Okay, we can hear you.
Hi, guys.
Hi. Hi, Musa. Is that how you pronounce your name, Musa?
Can you repeat again?
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem. Okay, Musa, you did a promotion last week with Video Synd Alpha. Can you tell us exactly what you did and how much time before the product launch you started to do some promotion?
Yeah, I missed the launch day. I just started after launch day.
Oh, okay.
I didn't use any other software like Cindywire or any other software because I would like to see the effect of Video Synd Alpha software.
Right. Okay.
So I didn't touch anything to see the power of it, and I only used all the parts one by one, just creating accounts and then VCA module, then social bookmarking,
yeah,
then YouTube link wheel, and then again bookmarking.
Yeah.
Blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
What is the
okay.
way?
Where did
Where
did you get your content from? The video that was it one video that you used for the whole promotion?
Yeah, only one video, which was for the technical part. It was a demo video to show how Fresh Store Builder working, the new version. So it is already have a good conversion. conversion, I think, because I got only 1-2 clicks daily, but I got 3 sales.
Super.
In 3 days, 3 sales.
And how much money did you
It
make?
was so $73. $73.
Right, okay, so you're probably
Yeah.
still getting some clicks and you probably still will continue to get some sales. But if that was done in just one session that you created all of this, how long did you spend actually doing creating that whole campaign?
Only a chapter span and VCA software, nothing more.
Right, okay, how long did it take you to use everything, to set everything up? Approximately how much work time?
One day. It took 1 day uploading all the files because lots of video, spinning and uploading to 400 accounts, I think.
Okay, so this is how long it took for the campaign to run inside Video Send Alpha. I'm talking about for you to set up, for you to actually set this up before it kind of went off and started uploading. How long did it take you to actually set things up inside Video Send Alpha?
One day.
Okay. Right, okay, so Musa, thank you very much for joining us. I might bring you back in a little bit later. But you can see basically how easy this is, guys, okay? Musa made $73. It's not a huge amount, but what you've got to remember is that when people are searching for fresh store builder in the future, he's always going to have a chance of getting sales because he's actually got free videos on page 1, okay? Now what he did, he took the video from the JV page, I think, or from the sales page. Okay, so he didn't even have to create his own video there, and he just uploaded that. And what he's saying is that it took about a day to do the uploads because he had about 400 different accounts that he had created. Okay, depending on the length of the video as well, you're going to have that situation. Okay, now we're going to cover some strategies in week 3 about how we're going to do this with the videos and how we do the syndication and how we do the SEO stuff. Okay, and we will cover what Musa did, and we will do some additional stuff that can make it, a little bit more sort of evergreen, if you like. Okay, the specific kind of keywords we want to use for evergreen kind of keywords and for evergreen searches. Okay, and we can do that. Musa, thanks for joining us, and I'll just carry on now with the rest of the webinar. Okay, so basically what he's done is he just created one campaign with Video Send Alpha, and he's been able to do that. Now this is not a promotion of Video Send Alpha, but we do want to recognize what kind of tools are going to be able to get us results. Okay, we want tools that are proven to get us results. And the things that get results in video marketing especially is things like the video embeds, the social bookmarking, the social shares as well can be very, very good if done correctly. And of course we need to be able to get things into page 1 of Google so that we get found. So obviously what we want to do is have some compelling headlines. Okay, really, really, really important that we can get that part right as well. Okay, so anyway, so this is suitable for any kind of offers. It can be for cost per action, cost per click, that kind of stuff. You can do this for ClickBank. You can do it for JVZoo. I recommend you do this for JVZoo because often if a vendor knows you and he gives you instant commissions, then you're going to get paid instantly. Okay, whereas ClickBank, you have to wait a little bit. You have to wait a little bit of time, which you really, really don't want to do. You want to get your money as quickly as possible, and you want to just focus on more campaigns. Okay, so I like the instant commissions, and that makes it just a lot easier to be able to move forward quickly as well if you want to buy additional tools and stuff to help you. Okay, we'll talk about tools as well a bit later. Right now, some preparation needed for any product, service, or offer. This is what Musa did was actually very easy, the way that he's done this. But if we want to do this sort of over a longer term, what we want to do is we want to do some preparation so that we can maximize the potential, and that includes things like the list building. That includes things like retargeting, retargeting pixels on our landing pages. Okay, and that means that we can basically get that kind of instant attention every time we do a promotion, like I just showed you from my Aweber, where you can send out an email and you've got instant attention, you've got instant traffic to an offer. Okay, that's ideally where we want to end up at the end of this. Okay, so to maximize your traffic, you really need to become a trusted reviewer. Who knows people in the internet marketing niche who you would say is a trusted reviewer? I can think of 2 right off the top of my head right now. Let's see what people think. Who do you buy from? Who do you look for and who is promoting, that you look to get some information before you buy any product? Is there anywhere you look to, any person you look to specifically before you go and buy anything?
Okay, we're getting a list coming in here fast. People like Joe Troyer, Mike Thomas. Of course, you're in that list as well, Tony. Paul Clifford, Peter Garrity, Todd Gross, Brett Butecki.
Yeah, Brett is very good. Brett has got a really good system. Actually, he's worth checking out. Brett Rutecki. He's got a nice blog, and he does good reviews, honest reviews as well. And the other one that comes to mind for me is Hanfan, because he does the interviews with all of us guys when we've got a new product, and he's got a nice system where he can actually put together, you know, a nice presentation at the end of it by the time he's taking his vendors through the process of the interview and stuff like that. But I like what Brett has done as well. He's got a nice blog where he gives a rating, he gives an honest review, and he's well worth checking out, okay, for that kind of stuff. But what I'm trying to get to is being able to see the people that you can trust inside in any nation, be able to put yourself in their position. How did they get there? What are they doing that you like that makes them trusted? Okay, and this is what you need to try and replicate as well, because in any niche whatsoever, you need to be able to build the trust. Otherwise, you ain't going to get the email opens, even if you got a list, and you ain't going to be making much money. Okay, the whole point is we're making money here. Okay, this is one of the easiest things in internet marketing to make money. This is why there's so many product creators out there, guys. This is why you will see WSOs that are selling for $5, $10 for things that you think would cost a lot more money. What they're actually doing is they're building a list. They are building a list, okay? With that list comes instant attention. With that list comes a sort of trust value in there, okay? You've got trust, you've got instant attention, and hopefully over time you start to build authority as well when you start to show people that you really do know what you're talking about, okay? So this is where we're trying to get to, but this is by far the easiest way to make money online. There's absolutely no doubt about it. If you've got an email list, you've got an ATM machine. When you send an email going out to a list for a targeted product, okay, when you're sending an email for a product to a targeted list, sorry, you have got, it's equivalent of going to the ATM machine. The only thing you don't know is how much you're going to take out, okay? That's what it's like in reality. I'm not going to show you any figures. I just think that would be kind of not morally right thing to do, but I can tell you it can be very, very significant. You can make 4 figures, 5 figures if you've got a big enough list with any single promotion if you do the work, okay? So anyway, let's come back over here. So to become a trusted reviewer, let's see from those people, let's see if we can find what you like about any of those people. If you can pick out one thing that makes you trust that person that you mentioned, what would it be? Let's see if we get some feedback here, Robert.
Okay, waiting for feedback, guys.
What is the one thing that stands out for that person? Why do you trust them? Why do you look for their emails when there's a big promotion going on, when there's a new product coming out? What is the one thing that stands out about that person that you named?
Diane says that she likes it when there are people that she trusts that send very few offers, not new ones every day.
Yeah, that's very, very important.
Bill Mark says he likes people that incorporate tools into an overall system.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that fits in with the sort of one trust, the one trust thing.
Mark Steele likes to know that they use the products.
Yeah, sometimes it's not possible if you're jumping into a launch late, and I've done this myself sometimes, but then you can go by the vendor reputation at that point as well. So there's some elements there that I think really need to be picked up and spoken about. Okay, let's take the one that Diane mentioned about they're not mailing daily. Okay, if people are mailing daily, unless this is their core business, and what I mean by their core business is actually putting an effort to make it done properly, where they're putting some bonuses that have been well thought out. Okay, you will find, for example, Hanfan. Okay, he will do, he will promote all the big launches because it's just what he does. That is his business model. But he has a system in place where You know, he's interviewing the vendors, he puts the bonuses and stuff together. He will ask them for additional bonuses, and he's actually got a nice little system that he's got in place so that it suits what he is doing, okay? There's other people who are just blasting the email list every single day, and they're basically just saying to you, give me your money, give me your money, give me your money. And it really gets very, very greedy at some point when you start to look at these people, especially the way they are talking to you. They're talking to you like you're an idiot sometimes. And it's actually quite upsetting when we see it, when you see how people will actually talk, and they're just trying to put these emotional triggers in there to make you buy when they haven't used the product, they've got no interest in the product. It's not even in the sub-niche that they're interested in or even know about. They are just asking you to spend money so they can make money, okay? You have to watch out for these guys, okay? And try and stick to people that basically have put an effort into any offer, or who are not mailing enough, that, you know, they're disturbing you, basically. They're not just, you know, pushing you for money every day. What I would say about the people that was mentioned, as well as, if you look at Peter Garrity, for example, he's always at the top of the leaderboard with this kind of stuff. How does he do it? Because he doesn't promote that much, as far as, you know, it's not every single big launch that's coming out. He picks and chooses. He picks his battles, put it that way. Usually these guys, when they get to sort of Peter's level and the size of email list and the attention that he can get, is, you know, he's looking for the launches that have got big competition prizes. You know, you might find, I think there was one at the weekend that was going on with $20,000 prize. You know, there's a lot of money to be made there if you can top those leaderboards. I mean, I've seen Peter walk away with $10,000 in prize money for some big launches that he's, you know, really planned and executed extremely well. And the way he does that is he tries to fill the gap, the information gap, or the sort of technical gap somewhere in a product. For example, there might be a product coming out that is about, say, video marketing. Okay, it could be about video marketing, it can be about getting traffic, but there might be one element missing that would really, really make it work very, very well. Now, I used to try and do something similar. I used to do a thing, I don't know if you remember, I used to do a thing at the bottom of my emails. It's a quick tips. Okay, and that used to work really, really well, because you would tell people, you know, if you're going to use it, do this, do this, do this, step 1, step 2, step 3, or consider to do these three things to get the maximum value from it. What Peter was doing, something very, very similar, but he was actually providing something that was a missing piece, okay, and what he thought was a missing piece of it. And that's why his promotions do really, really well, because he actually puts a lot of thought into it, and he spends a lot of time with the vendors, and they'll happily spend time with him because they know that they're going to get a big promotion from him, okay? Right, come on. I'm sorry, I got my dogs behind me. Right, okay. Sorry, I lost my track. I was thinking I gave the dogs, I've got 3 dogs here. I gave the dogs a bone before we started, and now they're starting to fight each other to get the same bone. Okay. So where was I? Robert, is there any questions coming in? I just need to sort of get on my thoughts again a second.
I still have a lot of statements about why they choose
Okay.
one marketer over another when they buy products, but that's about it.
Yeah, let's cover some of them just till I get myself back into mode again.
Okay, Mark Steele says he doesn't like that people don't offer guarantees. So he only buys products that are guaranteed.
Most products are guaranteed, Mark. You will get at least a 30-day product guarantee. If they want to qualify for something like JVisa product of the day, for example, they've got to have a guarantee policy in there. If they don't have a guarantee policy, then it won't work. They won't get that. So we all do guarantee policies.
Steve really likes it that some people are willing to give bad reviews.
Yeah, and it's a kind of brave thing to do. Brett does that, and it's a kind of brave thing to do because he can isolate himself very, very easy. You got to remember as well in the internet marketing niche especially, there's a lot of egos around. It's incredible the amount of egos that are, you know, that hang around the internet marketing niche. People actually believe sometimes that they're extremely talented when their real talent has been that they've just got the balls to go and ask a bunch of affiliates to send emails and keep, you know, hammering on at them until they actually do send enough emails, and they build enough lists and made enough sales. Even with shit products, excuse my language, but even with crap products, some of these people are walking about with their head in the clouds, and they really shouldn't be there, because all they are good at, all they have been good at, is being able to go and ask people to send emails and send traffic, okay, targeted traffic. When you've got a big affiliate audience, when you've got a big affiliate audience that is willing to send emails for you, then you can be building lists, you can be doing retargeting, you can be doing cookies for retargeting and using that to build a list as well. And you can be making a huge amount of sales, even with a product that's not that great, just by having a professional copywriter that's been able to write stuff for you, and just by being able to get targeted traffic. It doesn't mean the product was good. Okay, and we see this time and time and time again. And we've seen it again very, very recently. There was one at the weekend actually that kind of upset me a little bit, but I'm not going to go too deep into it. But it's just, you know, one of those situations where if that person has got, you know, a big enough audience, he can actually get his way, he can actually force his way through into making a lot of money just from getting, you know, having the skill of being a pain in the ass to other affiliates and getting them to send emails. And you won't believe the sensitivity of some of the egos there. So it's a very, very brave thing that Brett is doing. I can't remember what his blog is. I think it's brettrutecki.com. And yeah, it's got to be admired, but he needs to be careful how he's doing it. But I'm just guessing that Brett doesn't give it up. He's just sick of it all, with all the hype and all the bullshit. Personally, I'd rather just not promote something than give a negative. I think it's better just to keep the peace a little bit better. Just don't promote, but I don't promote very often myself at the moment anyway. Okay, let's see if there's anything else, Robert, before I kick on here.
Okay, some people really like it when there are bonuses offered.
Yeah, the bonus is a massive thing. It's absolutely massive. And again, it's filling a gap. That's the best way to do that. Well, I tried to do that recently, but it kind of fell apart. Where I was going to offer some training, webinar training, and I think just support got in such a mess. The support was in a mess that I couldn't even remember what I promised to go with what product. I can go back into Airweb and find it, but I guess we'll just sort of do those webinars as and when we get time, like we're doing right now. But if you can fill that information gap, if you can fill a gap in the product, that's the thing that really will work very, very well, and that's something that Peter Garrity is actually a master at doing. Whether you like him or not, I know there's a lot of people who don't like his style, his approach, but you've got to remember as well, Peter's from Latvia. He's not speaking English as a first language. And when people, I used to live in Latvia for 10 years, and I know, you know, the culture and things like that. When they're actually saying things, it's just the way that they talk in their own language, and when it's translated or when it's perceived in English, it can be sort of taken out of context. Okay. I know that some people think that, I've seen somebody comment the other day that he needs to learn how to talk to people. I think you just don't understand. There's a little bit of a culture thing going on there as well. He's actually a very, very nice guy. Right, so let's kick on with this. Okay, so the things that I'm trying to get across to you today is that we need to do some preparation. We need to think about building a list. We need to think about the trust factor, okay? This is something that we need to build up. And if you get this right, if you can put the system together properly, you can have a full-time business. You can have a full-time business doing this. Now, let me go back a little bit to when I first started to do products. My first product was called WordPress SEO Blueprint. I think it was about 2011 I did that one. And when I first released that, we were releasing it at $10. $10, it was about 40 videos or something crazy like that. And it was a complete system for setting up WordPress. And it was actually a very, very good course. Now, why would I sell something like that for $10? Because I wanted to build a list. Okay, I had a plan. I wanted to get away from the offline stuff. I wanted to get away from feeling like I had a bunch of employers out there. I wanted to get into the product stuff and actually teach people how I was doing stuff and how I did this stuff. And, you know, I wanted people to see that I'm actually very creative when it's coming to strategies and stuff like that. So for me, selling at $10 was a no-brainer. It was easy for me to do. But the problem I didn't take into consideration then was I wouldn't get a huge amount of affiliates. The reason is because $10 is no money in it for affiliates. Okay. So one of the things you need to be looking at when you're picking an offer is to see that there's enough meat in the funnel, as in how much money is in the funnel. So let's go and take a look at something over in Munchai as an example. Okay, let's take one from the left-hand side and let's take one from the right-hand side. In the left-hand side, we've got these what they call premium launches. These are the big name guys. Okay, these are, you know, Todd is massive. He's got a huge email list. Chris Records, he just did the Dark Post Profits. I think he probably did $1 million launch there. Aidan Booth has got something that's quite big. Hold on a second. Hi. Okay, sorry about that. He's got this product launch. Aidan Booth has got here is like $2,497. I mean, that's massive. He must have, you know, a huge amount of affiliates to be able to do that. So let's go and take a look at some of these, and we'll take a look at some of the funnels and how the guys are doing it. I'll give you some pointers what we're looking for, because at the end of this week, what I want you to do is to go and pick a niche that you're going to work in, and ideally pick one product, okay? Even if it's an existing product, as long as it's an evergreen product, we can work with it, okay? Right, so let's go and take a look at a couple of these JV pages in here, and we can get an idea of what to look for when we're looking at these launches. Okay, now I just picked up 3 randomly. I just took from the left hand side. Okay, when I'm playing videos, I've always got a speed at 2 times the speed, because it can take up so much time going through all those videos sometimes. Right, now let's have a look at what they're doing in here. They're telling you how much commissions per sale. Okay, these are the things to look at in the JV page. Okay, when we're doing the JV pages, the first thing that we think an affiliate is interested in is how much money they can make. Okay, what we're trying to do there is we are fighting for the affiliate's traffic. Okay, the affiliate has always got targeted traffic. It's the fastest, easiest way to make money online is if you've got affiliate traffic. Okay, there's no faster way to make money than affiliate traffic. It's just really fast. We've seen launches in the sort of past month or 2 months where they have hit 6 figures within a few hours. Okay, I think the one that really stands out was Josh Ratter, the Video Motion Pro. He had hit 6 figures within just a few hours. I'm quite sure that was $1 million launch, and that's kind of rare for sort of JVs they're seeing, but they're beginning to get them become more and more common. Okay, so when we come down here, what we're looking for is not so much the prizes and stuff like that. If you're seeing big prizes, you know that the big affiliates will be there. Look at that, $50,000 first prize. You're going to have all the big names going up. Okay, what that means is there's going to be heavy traffic. There's going to be a lot of conversation. There's going to be a lot of discussion about that particular launch. Okay, what it means is that people will be talking about it. It will have huge attention, and it will spike for the launch like a normal launch would, but there's just going to be far more people aware of it. Okay, and you need to choose then if that's the kind of launch that you want to get involved in to promote, or you rather take something that is quieter where you've got more chance of success. Okay, let's just see where his funnel is. I'm looking for his funnel in here so we can get an idea. Yeah, he's not showing his funnel here. I don't see it properly. Okay, let's skip that one, go to the next one. Let's have a look in here. I think the speed blogging, Chris Records. Let's see if we can come down here. He's not showing yet. I'm guessing he probably hasn't fixed out that JV page. Todd will have it. Let's come down here. We'll see Todd's funnel. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm always looking for. Whenever I'm doing a promotion, whenever I'm thinking about doing a promotion, this is what is the most important thing for the affiliates. This is what you need to be able to see before you make a decision whether you want to promote. Okay, you're looking at what the funnel is. You want to know what it is costing in the front end. Okay, how many OTOs? Have a look at the prices and think to yourself, is this likely to sell? Okay, you need to understand, this is where you need to use your knowledge of your industry and know what is good value and what is not good value. There was a launch going on right now, and I can tell you right now, I predicted that launch would fall flat on its face, even though it had massive competition prizes for affiliates. It was just all wrong. Everything about it was wrong. The product wasn't right. The pricing wasn't right. The pricing was all over the place, and it's not doing very well at all. They will have to redo that launch. It was just badly put together as far as the funnel is concerned. It was destined to fail, and I saw that coming, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I even mentioned it, but some people did still want to listen, and it's failing really badly. There's a lot of disappointed people in that particular launch. The reason for that is because you've got to know your market. You've got to know where you are selling and who's your target market. Okay, when we're talking about JVZoo stuff, Todd Gross is a master at this stuff. You won't see Todd have anything above $30 in the front end. Very, very rarely, okay? You can see here he's giving more than 50%, he's giving 60%, okay? And you can see this time and time again. What we have here is an experienced product creator, and this is the benefit of going with someone like Todd, is that they know what they're doing. They have high converting funnels. They do the marketing for you if you can get the traffic, okay? That's the point I'm trying to get to. If you can get a trusted guy who's got a good track record of success when it comes to launches, they will have a high converting funnel. They will have everything you need to convert your traffic. All you need to do is get your traffic to go to the sales pages, okay? That is your job. His job is to convert it, okay? That's basically how it's working. But if we look at this funnel here, and you can get 60%, it doesn't seem a lot, $26.95, but the way that these funnels are put together, they all complement, okay? They're all good value at each particular stage. They all complement at each particular stage, and usually they're added on features or a different tool, okay? Whenever I do a launch, for example, I will always do 3 versions of the same tool. I will have a front-end version, we'll have an OTO1 version, which is a little bit extra features for a little bit extra price, and then we do the same with an OTO, okay, for OTO2. Okay, it's always the same. Now, you're always going to get some people who say, well, why don't you just put it all into sort of one sort of price point on the front end? It's not the way we do marketing. This is a proven method, okay? This is the way that it works for us. And when people are in that buying mode, once they bought that front end, they're more likely they've already invested in it. They've already got the, paid with the PayPal or got the credit card or whatever. They've already invested in the idea. You've already sold them. That's the best time to upsell them once you got them already spent that first initial money, okay? That's why you will see many, many front end prices quite low, and then it gradually increases, okay? What you will find with Facebook launches is that they're usually something like $17 or $19 or $20 or something like that, and then they jump up to 67 for the OTO one. And I'm guessing that within that marketplace, that's what's really, really working well for them. But when it comes to the sort of SEO niche and the video niche, we tend to go sort of lower prices, okay? So don't be put off by the low prices in here, because these funnels actually do convert really, really, really well, okay? And you can make a lot of money by the time some people have gone through that. And it doesn't take that many people to go through a complete funnel for you to be actually hitting four-figure promotions. It really doesn't take that many, okay? Because this money actually builds up really, really quick if you can get the traffic to them, okay? So the whole point of this, showing you this, is to be able to open your eyes of what people are doing, the price points that's gone into these launches, and the thought process that's gone behind it as well, okay? The thought process behind these. I have, for example, we have a 6-figure funnel system. I've used it in the last 2 launches, and we will use it again for the video send alpha launch, and it's actually just identical every time. The only difference this time is that we will have recurring for the video send alpha, but the actual system that we got there is a proven 6-figure formula, okay? So there's a lot of testing going on behind the background before we even get to these prices that we're showing on JV pages, okay? So it's really, really important to know that even if it's low price here, we are talking about, high conversions all the way through the funnel, and it just, the money just keeps building in the background, okay? So that's basically what we're looking for when we're looking at these affiliate promotions. I would always go with somebody who's a trusted seller, okay? Somebody who's a very, very good vendor. Somebody like Todd is perfect, okay? Josh Ratter is very, very good. All of those kind of guys from the video niche. There's a lot of very, very good guys in the video niche, but there's not so much bullshitting on there. It's just really good products coming out of the video niche at the moment, okay? So that's always a kind of safe niche to be working within, and you've got some really, really, really good vendors around that particular area, okay? Let's jump back over here. So in Munchai, you've got the left-hand side where you can find these guys. Sometimes you will find guys that should be over there, like me. I'm never over there. I just don't launch that much, okay? But when I do, I'm on the right-hand side. But you will find some people there, and you might be surprised who's on the right-hand side who should be on the left. But it's not a big deal. What you can do is just look for whatever's going to be probably an evergreen model, an evergreen launch that you'll be able to make money from, 6 months from today, and not just in the product launch, okay, that's going to be lasting for a week or something like that. Because then all your work is that it ended at the end of that launch. We don't want that at all. What we want is to be able to have an evergreen product. Even if the price is rising after the launch, an evergreen product is what we're looking for, okay? right now. Let's jump back over here. Robert, is there any questions at the moment before I kick on?
Just one question. Somebody asked if you'd show an example of a bad funnel.
Of a bad funnel? I could show you one that's going on right now, but it would upset some people, so I'm not going to. Ask me in 2 weeks when that launch is over, and I'll show you why. I'll show you why it failed. I'll show you why it failed. What you really need to understand is the product in demand. What solution is it providing that hasn't already been provided before? Okay, you will find, for example, somebody can come out with a tool that's already been done, and I'll give you an example without mentioning the name of one of the products. I bought a product about 2 weeks ago, okay, and it was almost identical to another product that I bought about a month before, okay. The product I bought before was called Engagifier. Actually, I didn't buy it. I got JV access. And when I bought this other one, I thought I like to get these tools that are doing things like pop-ups and all these kind of marketing things. I love those kind of tools. They're just really interesting for me. So I kind of buy all of them or get review copies. But when I got this one, it looked exactly the same as Engagifier. It even had the same templates and everything else. So what you want to do is you want to find something that has a uniqueness, because when you get something like that, like I just described, you're going to have a high refund rate, and you don't want to do your work, make money, think you've made money, and see refunds coming in, because the refunds come from you via PayPal and JVZoo, etc. You know, when people refund inside the JVZoo system, it automatically comes out of your PayPal as well. Okay, so you need to be careful of that. What you're looking for, somebody that's got something that is unique, that has got something that is in demand as well, that it's filling a need that's not being filled in the same way. Okay, another example might be if I do a social bookmark tool. I wouldn't be the first person in the world to do a social bookmark tool. What is different about mine? What makes mine stand out? Is it easier to use? Is it one-click account creation? Is it working with just established sites, or is it working with multiple, hundreds of sites, etc.? There needs to be a uniqueness there. You need to see and understand by looking at the price point, by looking at what the actual tool does, and by looking at the rest of the funnel, what's in that funnel, whether it's likely to sell. And you just have to use your own experience of buying initially to be able to see that, if that's going to work or not work. And if you are a buyer, you will probably have a good idea just by asking yourself, would I buy this? Okay. Really, it's as simple as that. If you can understand what's in the marketplace already, and if this is something new and unique, and it's going to be something that will be around for a long, long time, then it's definitely worth promoting. Okay. So anyway, let's come back over here, and I'll just jump into the next slide. Okay, so what we can do some prep works as well before we actually start to build a campaign. These are just some things to consider. I'm not going to ask you to do any of this right now. Okay, I'm just going to give you some things that came into my head as I was typing this stuff out last night and this morning. Okay, so basically what we can do is we can set up some Google alerts, and why we would want to do that is because we want to see who else is promoting. Okay, we want to see who else is promoting. We want to see what kind of bonuses they're offering, and we want to see how other people are promoting as well. Maybe they're picking different angles from promoting this kind of stuff. Let me give you an example of that before I go further. Say, for example, I've got a product that I'm interested to promote, okay, and I'm going through what that product is doing. If I do a product launch promotion properly, I'm going to be doing multiple emails, okay. I would be doing multiple videos. I'll be doing multiple emails, okay. If you haven't got an email list, you're going to be doing multiple videos. What you want to be able to do then is approach it in a way that you're going to pick one thing from that product, one thing that it does very, very, very well, and you're going to promote that one thing. And then the next promotion that you do for that product is going to choose one more thing, and you're going to promote that one more thing, okay? So you're going to separate the benefits, you're going to separate the features. For example, if I take something like Video Send Alpha, for example, okay, just something that I'm very familiar with, so I don't have to think too hard, okay. So what is good about Video Send Alpha? What would be the one thing that I'd be promoting on the front end version of that? Well, it's got an account creator, Okay, they're a little bit broken right now. We're still working on some email server stuff right now, which hopefully will be fixed today, by the way. But when it's working well, then I've got instant video sharing site account creation. Okay, that is kind of unique. There's not other tools that's got that. Okay, so when I've picked up that one thing that I'm going to promote with, what I'm doing then is I'm catching people's attention because it's something that will stand out. I'm drawing attention to the one thing that might interest a bunch of people. And then the next promotion I might do is how it can do multiple posts, like thousands of posts at one time. Okay, so I'm choosing one more feature. Okay, and I'm doing that different promotion. What I'm doing is I'm stacking. Okay, what we're doing is we're stacking. So we take the one feature that we like, okay, that we think we can promote, that will get people interested, and we promote that one thing. Then we stack it by promoting a second thing that's complementary to it. Okay, so then we've got account creation, we've got account posting, for example, for Video Send Alpha. You can find these kind of things in any products. You can find from even the email swipes. If we go and have a look again at, let's see if we can see a JV page somewhere. Bear with me. Video chips store. No. Just come back into munchai.com. I want to show you something just real quick before we go further. Damn it. Robert, see if there's any questions while I'm waiting for this.
David Triplett would like to know how you use other people's videos through VSA, which is Video Send Alpha, and can you legally use promotional videos as your own for launching? Yeah,
you know, when people are doing the launches, they want you as an affiliate, so you make sales for them. Your traffic makes sales for them, whether you're getting that traffic from SEO, whether you're getting it from paid advertising, whether you're getting it from an email list that you have built up. They want you to promote for them. That's why they create the JV pages. So it's not, you know, don't overthink that. Don't worry about that. We want people to use the promotional materials that we provide so that you're going to make sales. And it's really, really simple as that. Let me just go back into Todd's sales JV page here. Also, if you look in YouTube and they're allowing for embeds, then basically it's legal anyway. There's nothing bad about it at all. Just come in here. What I'm looking for up here is looking at the swipes. Okay, the swipes will tell you a lot about the products. Okay, usually you'll get a whole bunch of swipes in here, and you will see different things that it can do. Usually you will see things like bullet points and stuff like that. It kind of gives you a preview of what the product is about. It gives you a preview about all the features, all the benefits and stuff like that. And you can take one of those things and promote it just one thing at a time, just picking one good thing, one good feature at a time. And then when you're doing your stacking, what's happening is somebody sees the first one. So they might see a promotion for Video Send Alpha and they say, oh, it does video sharing site accounts. That's interesting. I need to check that out. They forget about it. There's another email comes, etc., etc., and they forget. Okay. Or they just don't get around to doing it, or they think, oh, that's interesting, but they don't do anything. It doesn't make them want to go and see the sales page, for example. Then you send another email, or they pick up another promotion, or they see another video, for example, if they're searching it, whether it's now or in the future. And then you see Video Send Alpha again. Oh, look, there's thousands of video posts. That is interesting. Then they might go and see it that time, okay, because what you're doing is just stacking the value. Okay, this is why it's easier to have an email list, because you can stack it like that. If you look at people, the one that comes to mind is Susanna Teresia. I think that's how you pronounce her name. If you watch the way she does a promotion, she kind of does it like that. She will choose one thing, and it's kind of interesting how she does it. I don't know if she's burning her list or not. What I mean by burning her list is she's got high-end subscriber rates, but she will hit an email promotion, 5-6 times within a space of a week, even more sometimes. And she's always choosing that one thing, and a different thing, and a different thing, and a different thing. And this is how she gets to the top of the leaderboard, because she's stacking the value of that particular product. Whereas people like me, I tend to not want to burn the list, okay? Because I do a lot more with my own stuff. I do very, very little affiliate stuff anymore. I don't really look for a huge amount of affiliate stuff back either. So I've got a different kind of business model where I don't want to burn my list. So I tend to do just one email and leave it at that. But other people, when they're doing this properly, when they're doing this as a business, when they're doing the launch jacking thing as really, as a core part of their business, they can be making hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year doing this. And, that's the way that you do it. As long as you can replenish the list, then it's okay. And the way to replenish list we'll talk about in week 2, okay? So we can go into a lot of things there, how you can build a list and give you some ideas on that. Okay, let's jump back over here. So some other things that you can consider to do, pre-sale bonus pages. Okay, let me show you an example of a pre-sale bonus page, the way I would do it. If I was to do one today, if I was going to choose to do one today, I would do it exactly like this. We go over and look at, let's see. Let's have a look at the video send alpha page. The reason is because this design here is exactly the way that I would do. Hold on. I hate when YouTube does that. Try to pause it and it doesn't let you pause. This is exactly the way I would do promotion pages. This is exactly the way I would do it. Why? Because you can get enough information in there, okay? This design in here is actually very, very high converting design. Very, very high converting. Out of all the sort of lead pages and stuff I've ever used before, this works really, really well, much better than anything I've used before. And it's just a very, very simple format from InstaBuilder, okay? And basically what it allows you to do then is just to put in just bite-sized pieces of information that gives people exactly what they want to do, okay? It gives them countdown timers as well. It's very, very easy to use. And by doing this, hold on a second. Sorry, my dogs are getting energetic in the background there. You can see just bite-sized pieces of information. It's really, really quick and really, really easy to be able to see and get through, okay? And you can do these bullet points and stuff like that. This works extremely well, really, really, really well, because it gives people basically at a glance all the information they need, okay? That gives you the opportunity to put in here for bonuses, to be able to tell them what the product does and all that kind of stuff, okay? It's really, really simple to use and it's really fast to use as well. This is what I would definitely decide, if you got InstaBuilder, to try and do something like this and just play around with it. Pick a few headlines, see what the headlines are on the sales pages, see what the headlines are on sort of JV pages and stuff like that, and see what you can pick out that is interesting, that you can start to build pages of your own. And the big advantage of doing this kind of thing is that when you're sending traffic, whether it's coming from an email list or whether it's coming from a video promotion, you can put the retargeting pixels in there, okay? By being able to put retargeting pixels in there, it means you can do really, really cheap ads, very, very cheap ads afterwards in Facebook or even in YouTube as well, okay? Which is really, really beneficial, okay? Robert, do you want to see if there's any questions? I'm going to be about 1 minute. I need to move the dogs. If you just have a look at the questions, I'll be back in 1 minute.
Okay, you got it, Tony. Okay, a couple of people have asked about using press releases, and I think most of you know that we offer mass media SEO press release service where we'll take that press release and use it with all of the tools that Tony has developed. We use Video Send Alpha to spread the links of our press releases, and we also use the IFTTT Tumblr Power Feed on all the videos that we get submitted with mass media SEO press releases. And we have a lot of people getting very good rankings and a lot of traffic and sites that are authority sites pointing to their websites and to their videos. So yes, using press releases is a factor in launch jacking.
Yeah, press release is good. Sorry, they were just getting too much energy. I don't know what it is about dogs. When we eat, we kind of feel tired. When dogs eat, they seem to get a whole bunch of energy straight away after eating. And I fed them before I came on the webinar, and I gave them some bones so that they would be quiet. But of course, that just gave them more energy and started jumping about and playing and stuff. So it was really distracting, so apologies for that. Anyway, yeah, so let's just carry on with the slide here. The stuff to consider, you don't have to do this stuff. It's just stuff to consider. It depends on how deeply you want to get into this, okay? If you want to do this properly, you're going to set this up, entirely, okay? All of this. You definitely need an autoresponder. You need an autoresponder. If you're not building, if you're not building a list, then you're going to make you're going to make the cost higher, and you're going to make the work harder, and you're not going to maximize the traffic that you're generating. Okay, building a list is the core thing that we do in internet marketing because it makes us money. Okay, it's like having an ATM, as I mentioned before. Okay, now you can choose different things, different ways to do things in YouTube as well. For example, I could do two things that come to mind straight away for YouTube. Say, for example, I want to do multi-channels and I want to do one YouTube channel for one promotion. Okay, now you might see the way that John does with, I think, has John done his case study yet, Robert, or not? I can't remember. Okay, John Curry was working on a case study for Video Send Alpha. I don't know if he's actually...
Not finished yet.
Oh, he's not finished, okay. The way John uses Video Send Alpha basically is he does multiple videos into one YouTube channel, okay? He does multiple videos into one YouTube channel, right? So that's one way to do it, where you put in multiple videos into one channel and you're using all different kinds of headlines and stuff like that, and you're sort of spinning the size of the video and stuff. Or the other way to do it is to do multi-channels where you have one channel per product. Okay, this is the way that John could do it actually. If you got one channel per product, then you're just doing multiple videos inside that one channel. Okay, the other way to do it is to have an authority channel. This is the way I prefer to do it, and the reason I prefer to do it like this is because it's less work. Okay, the reason it's less work is because every channel that you create needs to be optimized in its own right. Okay, and that means that you have to go and optimize the keywords, you have to optimize the titles, you have to do tube networks and all that kind of stuff if you really want to get into doing it properly. So it's better, in my opinion, to be able to do just one. You know, if I do one authority YouTube channel, then I can set up my YouTube networks. Okay, I can set it up one time. I can set up my IFTTT stuff one time as well. Okay, whether I do 20 or 40 or 60 IFTTT, it doesn't matter. I can just do it all at one time for that one channel. I don't have to redo it again and again and again. Okay. I'm talking about IFTTT. I gave Gunpal last night some new strategies. We're going to call it the lazy strategy tab. Okay, the lazy backlinks tab or something like that. What I've done is I created a set of recipes in IFTTT that we don't have to log into IFTTT to do anything afterwards. Usually we have to log in and put in things like the Twitter account, or if you're using a IP at Twitter, or we put in a YouTube channel, or the blogger we will attach, etc. I've done one that we can use just with the account creation tool and the recipe setup, and we can just basically set it and forget, and we can run hundreds or thousands of those. So hopefully we can get that today, and we'll get it into the IFTTT backlink commander, and I'll put it inside Video Send Alpha as well. So that would be something really, really nice that we can all work with very, very quickly and very easy. It won't have things like Facebook and Blogger, for example, or YouTube, but you can use YouTube RSS feeds that way. Okay, I'll explain it when it comes out. I'll do a video on it when it comes out. But this way we can just move quickly and easily. Okay, so anyway, let's come back to YouTube. If we're going to do it one of two ways, I would always suggest to do it with an authority channel. And by authority channel, what I mean is we're using the one channel for multiple promotions, okay? And we just keep stacking more value and more videos and more training and sort of related stuff into that particular channel rather than doing individual channels, just because it's less work, okay? That's just the way I would rather do it, because if I can set up my IFTTT, if I can set up my tube networks, if I can pay a virtual assistant to go and do my tube networks, and it takes them a day and they come out with 50 or 60, that's 50 or 60 instant backlinks every time I upload a video, and they're internal YouTube links, which are pretty powerful. Okay, so I'm more happy to do it like that than to set it up every single time for a product. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, for the bonus pages, I would use something like Instabuild. I think everybody's got tools like this now. Anybody who doesn't use any tools like this, you really should be thinking about it, because this is a core part of marketing. You should be using tools like Lead Pages or something like an Instabuilder, something that makes it really, really easy to make squeeze pages, sales pages, that kind of stuff, okay? You really should be using it. Everybody who's doing internet marketing needs to understand that is, the number one basic thing to do in internet marketing is to build a list. Anything you do with your traffic strategies, whether it's coming from video marketing, whether it's coming from SEO, whether it's coming from paid traffic, you're doing it, you're doing it so that we can get people to come to your web pages to see the information that you've got there so that you can make some sales. You've got to maximize that traffic. You've got to be doing things like building a list. You've got to be doing some stuff like putting retargeting pixels in there so that we can retarget these people. Okay, that's how we do internet marketing. If you ain't doing that, then you're not learning enough or properly how to do internet marketing and how to really make money. And this is where people fail because they think it's not an important thing, and it is a hugely important thing. And until you've actually seen, the power of an email list, you're probably not going to get it until you. And then when you do get it, you think, "Damn it, why wasn't I doing that before?" It's kind of like that kind of situation. I remember we did a promotion with someone, Robert, last year, and I can remember when they sent their first email. And there's the shock factor there when they actually made some money. It's like, wow. And, and she said to me as well, now I understand why people do the product launches. And it was all came from sending that first email. I think she made about $1,000 or $1,500 from promoting the first one. And, it really does surprise people when they do that. And we've been saying that you've heard it probably a million times that the money is in the list. The money really is in the list. But you've got to be able to treat the list properly, and we will talk about that a little bit later as well. Okay. So the other options you got is press releases. If you've got things like mass media SEO, for example, well, you know that you're going to get a full run of video send alpha with us as well when we're doing that. So if you submit a video with your press release, you know that we will take that video, we will put it into our channel, we will put a link to your video in the description, and we will run video send alpha on it as well. So you got good value there. For the price of mass media SEO as well. So it's something I would definitely consider, but I would definitely get those press releases written out early. Robert has found somebody who can do the writing as well. I haven't been able to speak to her yet, Robert. I was planning to do that yesterday, but I didn't get around to it, so I will speak to her today. Hopefully we will have someone who will be writing press releases almost like a full-time kind of basis where we can get multiple press releases written every single day. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a package together for mass media SEO where we put 5 press releases a month that are written. All you need to do is give us the keywords and stuff like that, and so that we can just get this, get people actually using the service rather than just sort of, there's a whole bunch of people who are paying and they're not using. And you can see the credits is building up, which is no big deal for me whether the credits build up or not, but I'd rather people use than get the benefits from it. And I think what's holding people back is that they don't know how to write them. So we're going to put together a package of completely done for you. And it will include a run of video send alpha in there as well, which is perfect for this kind of stuff for launch checking. Okay. Always try and access GV pages very, very early as well. Those GV pages can tell you a whole bunch of stuff that you might not sort of get otherwise. If we come back over to, have I still got Todd's page here? No. Kind of lost that. I can't even go back there. But you can see in these pages that you can get swipes, you can get banners, you can get a whole bunch of information about the product creators as well. You can even see, previous promotions that they've done sometimes, and you can see who else is going to be promoting to, which is kind of interesting because you can see who else list you should be on if you really want to do this properly, because you want to see what kind of bonuses and stuff they're offering and get some ideas from it. You don't have to copy them, you don't have to beat them. What you do have to do is out-trust them, okay? What I mean by out-trust is that you have that trust with your people, okay? And there's multiple ways of doing that. Like Brett is doing, for example, with the good and the bad reviews. There's nothing to stop you from doing good and bad reviews. Nothing at all. And you can see a whole bunch of people as well. I've seen often Warrior Forum classified ads. You'll see people offering huge bonuses and stuff in there. And I think some people, what they're doing is, as well as they're offering some money back on the commissions that they get. So for example, if there's a product that's selling at 297 and they've got 50% commission, they will be giving 50% of their 50% commission back to people. And you get a bunch of people more interested in that than a bunch of bonuses that they don't want, okay? Now a lot of product creators will say they don't want that to happen. They don't need to know if you're doing that or not. They're not checking whether you're doing that or not either, because nobody's really got time to do that. Most people are focused on just driving sales. I don't know why people don't like that. As far as I'm concerned, if people want to do that, then fine. I haven't got a problem with it, but some vendors don't like it. But it's a good way to do it. Very, very good way to do it, to be able to get additional sales. I think that Paul does that quite often. I know he does it with my products. He offers some cash back in the bonus. Paul Inglis, I think his name is. He offers cash back in the bonus. So the people are not paying, say, $297, they end up paying like $200 because they get $97 back, which is cool. Okay. So that's another thing that you could consider as well. And that can make you stand out a little bit as well from other people. But check with the vendors whether it's something they want to allow or not. Often they won't be checking that. I just don't see why people don't, why they don't want that. There must be a reason, but I can't see it myself personally. I think it's just, people want to do that and cut down on their commissions. It's fine as long as they're making sales. I really don't care. Okay. So I was trying to have a quality bonus. I was trying to think what kind of bonuses you can give and watch what other people are doing as well. Okay. Watch the kind of bonuses that other people are doing, offering. And it will just give you ideas, even just, store it in your mind, how people are doing the bonuses, what makes them trigger you to want to buy stuff as well. If you look at Peter Garrity's product promotions, you will get some good ideas from that, the way that he does it. Okay. And you can get, just build it up in your mind, how people are doing it. Just analyze, think about it. Getting that part right there can make a huge difference to any promotion. That can make a difference of 4 figures very, very easily. Okay, if you get that part right, just that bonus part. It's massive. It's absolutely really, really, really important. Okay, and then you can think about things as well, like the exit pops or pop-ups, content locking even, if you want to try and get the maximum sort of benefit from the traffic you're sending. I wouldn't focus on this too much. You don't want to piss people off. You don't want to give people too many interruptions. What you want them to do is come in, see the message, and you can follow up with them a little bit later as well if you got your retargeting pixels. But if some people might want to do content locking and capture an email, some people might want to do the exit pops and the pop-ups. It really depends on your own style, and it really, really does depend on your personality. A lot of the time whether that's going to work for you or not, because your audience will know who you are. Okay, as you start to build up, they will get to know you, and they will know what's congruent for you and what's not. Okay, and what to expect. Some people can get away with a lot of hype, and other people cannot get away with any hype, and they can be promoting the same product. It really depends on how their audience perceives them. Okay, Robert, let's see if we get any more questions before we start to wrap up.
Mark Steele would like to know what content locking is.
Content locking is when you put, say for example, you got a video, or you want to give a paid PDF away, okay, and you give them, let's see, I've got one actually in here, should have one. You might give them the opportunity to get some information, watch a video, but you make them have to share it, or you make them have to give you an email. Okay, that's basically what content locking is. Let's see if I can find one here. Okay, let's go into this on-page SEO thing. That really needs updated, by the way. Things get old in SEO very, very quickly. So quickly. Let me come down. Such a big post even. Yeah, I know that I've got some content locking. This is content locking here, Mark. So I'm basically giving them access to a power plant, but they've got to share. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have all these tweets and Google Plus shares, etc. And these are genuine. I didn't buy these. That's basically just me forcing people to share. But you can do that to make them give you an email address, which is better. For this particular one, I just wanted to use the social sharing for this post because I wanted this one to rank, and I think we were. I don't know if we still are, but it really, really does need updated. Okay, that's what content locking is.
Mark would also like to know if he has to make videos for the press service when he submits an article, a press release.
Yeah, we're not at the stage where we can do the videos yet. We tried that a couple of weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it just didn't work out with somebody that we were trying to work with. But I think it's something we will offer in mass media once we can get it right. unless we can find a customer who wants to do it and who wants to resell doing videos. That has to be at a very good price because mass media SEO is very affordable and it needs to stay that way. So any ridiculous offers like 50 quid or $30 to make a video, it's not going to work. Okay, it needs to be something very, very reasonable that people are likely to buy, and we can consider that if anybody's good at using Explain Video or Video Maker FX and those kind of things, then you can consider that. At the moment, yeah, you would need to make a video, or perhaps you could take a video from a JV page.
That's what I do a lot. Makes it easy on me, and they don't mind.
Yeah, I can't see why anybody would mind. If it's a promotional video and it's going to make them sales on your time and your money, then nobody's complaining about that. You're driving traffic for them, which is always a good thing for them, as long as it's targeted traffic.
Bill Marks has a question about retargeting. He wants to know where you would put retargeting pixels in your funnel.
Yeah, we're going to cover that in week 2. We're going to go into detail. I'll show you step by step on that. It's really important. I'm going to show you over the shoulder for that. Basically, you can do it in 2 ways. The very, very easy way to do it is with AdRoll. You can also do it with Facebook custom audiences as well. If you can build a custom audience, just even website-wide, you can build a custom audience. So anybody hits a website that you can cookie them and follow them around.
Okay, John Curie is really interested in finding out where he can get bonuses to give away.
The best bonuses are going to be something that you create yourself. Let me tell you that straight from the start. You will find as well that a lot of these product launches, they provide bonuses, and you can use those bonus page generators as well that some of them provide with the JV pages. The best bonuses are going to be bonuses that you create yourself. And it can be multiple things. It can be doing a webinar. It can be doing some additional training. It could be providing a PDF, something that's missing within the product. You will find a lot of products maybe that have got videos but not step-by-step written instructions or a mind map or something like that you could do. It can be something that can be really easy to do. It can be something that can be a little bit time-consuming but really high value for people who are going to be using that particular product. Try and find out what the missing pieces is. This is where Peter Garrity is very, very, very good at what he does, and this is why he keeps walking away with those $10,000 prizes when he does his promotions. He puts a lot of thought into his launches, his promotions, sorry, and he really goes and finds that missing piece, and he provides the value by providing the missing piece, and that's why people are buying so much from his promotions. And you don't need to have a big email list to be able to do that. That's entirely up to you, how well you want to do it. That's how it's done. That's the best way to do it, is to go and find that missing piece of the puzzle from that particular product. So, for example, I've got Video Send Alpha, okay, and I know that I can create accounts and I can post accounts, I can get social bookmarking and all that kind of stuff. What is the thing that is missing? What is the thing that is missing? It's going to be something to do with making the video. It doesn't have anything there for making the video. So it could be that you might want to write something that would be a high converting script, or you might even just go over to YouTube and see what some other people are doing. So for example, if it's about product reviews, you might find a sort of video that you like about product reviews, or you might remember one that you liked about product reviews, and you might be able to make a sort of basic skeleton of a script from that and provide that, so that people just need to fill in the gaps, for example, so that when they want to do a promotion with Video Send Alpha, they go over to Fiverr.com and you give them a step-by-step. You can even create a little PDF, so you can give them a step-by-step. They go over to Fiverr.com, you use this render because it's very good, you give them this script, just fill in the blanks, and you use this guy because he does the voiceover, something like that. It can be as simple as that. It just needs a little bit of thought. And this is why it's important to have a real interest in the subject. This is why it's important to have a real knowledge of the subject as well, because if it's something that interests you and something you've got knowledge of, then you'll be able to fill that gap quite easily, really, very, very easily. Or the bonus could be cashback. That's a simple way to do it, but you're going to make nice money. Okay. That's what I would suggest there. You got any more?
Okay, does it cost anything in order to promote products? Mark Steele would like to know, especially from Munchai, he specifically addressed.
It doesn't cost anything. You can go and promote. If you want to pay for paid ads, then it's going to cost you. If you want to buy backlinks, it's going to cost you. Anything we do in marketing costs either money or time. And, you know, if you're going to spend money, you're going to make sure first that it's something that you can make money back from, okay? I'd rather spend money on list building than I would on backlinks. Really, I would rather spend money on list building than I would on backlinks. That's why I create tools for the SEO. It saves money by using the tools.
Gonti would like to know, is it hard to get review copies if you want to promote any of these products?
That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. It really depends on the vendor. It really, really depends on the vendor. If you have got a history of making sales, it's not a problem most of the time. If they don't want to give you a copy, then it's not worth promoting. I still get situations like that today where I say to someone, can I have a review copy? And I don't get it. If I don't get a review copy, I'm not promoting. Absolutely. It's not because I'm trying to get a free tool. It's that he wants my targeted traffic. Okay. Whenever I send an email, I'm going to get some unsubscribes. He wants me to lose part of my business to promote for him, and he doesn't want to give me a review copy. I'm not promoting for that guy because he's just not in reality. If you want to work with good affiliates, you will always give review copies to people who've got a proven track record of making sales. Okay. As long as it's not, I think what people are what they're trying to avoid or what they're afraid of is it ends up on black hat sites. Okay. I don't worry too much about that so much because the kind of products that we do, they constantly need updating. So it gets tiring for people in black hat sites to keep up with these kind of tools. Whereas if it's a course, then it's a little bit easier to retain the value of the theft, if you like, for one of a better term. But with softwares, then I don't think it should be a problem. But if you've got a track record, if you've got something in JVZoo like 500 plus sales, then you shouldn't have any issues to be able to get a review copy. It's not hard to get 500 plus sales. You just need to work at it.
That looks like all the questions for now, Tony.
All right, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up now. You've got the rest of the slides here and the stuff. I'll just start to repeat myself if I go any further. Today I just wanted to do an overview. I wanted to answer some questions, make sure that people understood everything. But I want you to do some stuff for next week, okay? If you're interested to be able to do this, we can do it together, okay? We can just do the step-by-step stuff. So to get started, what I want you to do is to pick a niche, okay? You want to pick something that's got a decent spend, okay? It could be dating niche, it could be something about health, fitness, whatever. It can be internet marketing, okay? I will always do internet marketing because it's something I'm passionate about. It's something I'm interested in. It's always, video, SEO, that kind of stuff. I'm always very, very interested in, okay? We're going to be thinking about creating an email list, so you need to have an autoresponder, okay? You need to have an autoresponder, even if it's just taking a trial somewhere. You can take from Aweber, you can take from GetResponse. Personally, I prefer Aweber. I've tried Aweber and GetResponse. There's other people much prefer GetResponse. Some other people use different tools. Just whatever you think. If you're using one, stick to one and just learn how to use it properly, okay? We'll be using retargeting to build a list. I want you to go and open an Adroll account. Adroll, A-D-R-O-L-L, okay? I'll just put in here. And adroll.com. Okay, if you got the slide, that will just appear automatically. Okay, if you got the slide in here. Open an account, adroll.com. Doesn't cost you anything to open an account, but we can get a retargeting pixels. It's up to you then later if you want to spend money, but you don't need to spend money initially, okay? Also, you can do the same with Facebook as well. You can go and create a custom audience. I'll put a link to a video showing how to do that inside the Facebook group. I'll just find one on YouTube and put it there, okay? Brainstorm some bonus ideas if you want to go into a niche. Just keep your eyes open what other people are doing for the bonuses. Keep your eyes open how other people are doing it. If you go to buy a product, or if you want to buy a product, notice what triggers make you want to buy. Try and notice what triggers make you want to buy, why you want to buy from that person instead of this person. Sometimes you will find that you like to buy from this person, but this guy's got a really, really good bonus. You want that bonus, okay? Find out what it is. Try and get deep. What is the trigger? Is it because it's filling a gap? Is it because it's something that you wanted but you couldn't afford? Is it because something seems high value, even higher value than the product that they're promoting? That often happens as well because people are trying to get on top of leaderboards, okay? You will find that when there's a close race at the top of a leaderboard, people give massive value because they want the bragging rights. Plus, they might get a massive bonus as well. They might get a $10,000 or $5,000 bonus. Most of the time, though, these guys have got big egos, okay, and they want the bragging rights, and so they will fight hard for it. And so they stack the value, and there's actually the value is more value than the product that they're promoting, okay, which is good for you as well if you haven't bought the product immediately, okay. We need to create a standard sort of pre-sale affiliate page, like I was showing you here, okay. Now, the way I like to do it is to use the InstaBuilder. I've got InstaBuilder 2.0, but there's other ones. There's one that Sean Donoghue did. It's quite good as well. I can't remember the name of it. WP Profit something. There is lead pages. There's a whole bunch of these kind of tools. You can even find tools that do this kind of stuff inside Facebook as well. Okay. And you need to be thinking about YouTube, whether you want to do a 30 YouTube channel, or you want to do multiple channels where you're really focused on one product in each one. Personally, I like to do one because it's quicker, it's easier, it's less work, and you can move quickly and you can build authority. Whereas if you do individual channels, it can work even better because you can have the exact match, so keywords and domains and stuff like that. So that's what I want you to think about in the next week, okay? Now what I'm going to do in the background, I'm going to go and pick something as well, and I will set something up. And so next week we can just basically analyze what I've done, and I will show you some step-by-step stuff next week. And then the week after that, we're going to do some SEO, okay? We'll do some SEO, we'll do some strategies, and we'll do stuff that will be sort of evergreen and value for the way that we do that, okay? So that we'll be doing things like with press releases, with video send alpha, with social bookmarks, even search and click and things like that, okay? So hopefully in the next sort of 24, 48 hours, we will have a new IFTTT strategy. We will put that inside Video Send Alpha and put it inside IFTTT Backlink Commando. And basically all you're going to be doing with that is you're going to pick an RSS feed that you're going to be working with. And that can come from a WordPress site, it can come from a YouTube channel. You put it into the tool as we're creating the recipes. And what it means is that you can just go and create hundreds. If you've got IFTTT Backlink Commando, you can go and create hundreds of accounts and just have this running in the background that you never actually have to go and log in via browser to attach a YouTube channel. We're just going to actually do it a different way if you want to do it with a YouTube channel, which I'm going to show in the demo videos. And we're just going to basically take an RSS feed from the YouTube channel and use that instead of actually logging in. Okay, much quicker, much simpler, much easier, and we can really knock out hundreds and hundreds of IFTTT accounts like this, okay? So hopefully we'll have that today or tomorrow. Another Grown Pal will be working on that. Okay, Robert, let's see if there's any more questions before we wrap up. And next week we will go into setting the stuff up. That will be the pre-sale page, setting up bonuses, and I will give you examples, real-world examples. You will see me doing it, okay? And I'll show you exactly how we're putting together an offer and how we're going to do some follow-up emails as well. We'll do some email marketing with that as well, so you can see what to do when you have got a list, because I really want you to build a list from this, okay?
Okay, I'm getting a number of people that are saying how thankful they are for the education you're giving them today, Tony. So this training is very much welcome. I'm getting a question from Bernardo Zedler. The VSA private network embeds, do you think it takes very long for you to see results in the SERPs when you do that?
It's a kind of loaded question because it really depends on the competition of the keywords and stuff like that. But it really depends on there's multiple factors involved there. Okay, I've always said, and I still stick with this, that embeds are more powerful if you can get views on those embeds, because it's what Google will see, what YouTube will see as a referral view. Okay, so if you've got video on Web 2.0 sites and these videos are getting watched, it gets picked up as an extra view. Okay, it gets picked up as a view on YouTube. Now, we did have tools. We had the advanced video creator, and we had search and click as well, that would go and watch these videos on Web 2.0 sites. Actually, the video watcher, what was it called again? What did we call that? Advanced video viewer or something. It was inside Commando HQ Suite. I should actually make a separate tool from this one because it's a very important tool for this. What it will do is it will watch those videos on the Web 2.0. I might even put it inside Video Send Alpha actually, if it's working well, to be able to get more value from that, because I've always said that's the most important thing about these embeds. But I've seen some other people getting some very good results just by getting thousands and thousands of embeds. So I think it's going to depend on the competition. I think it's going to depend on the way that you even do your titles and stuff, which is what we were talking about in last week's webinar, how we're using the titles almost like an anchor text. Okay, you're thinking about the variations that we can put in, the different combinations we can put in with the sort of long tail syndication strategies that we got using Video Send Alpha. Then we can do these titles become really important. Okay, when we've been able to get thousands of embeds, because the titles is what that video is about. There's going to have a link going back to the original video that you want to rank, and so therefore you're telling Google what this content is about, what it's related to. And if you've got all these hundreds of video embeds, all with different titles, but related very tightly in the niche, then you're just creating that relevancy more and more, and you're sending the traffic. You're sending the links to that main piece of content, and it's really highly targeted and highly relevant titles from the content that is being linked to from. Okay, that makes sense, linked to from. Okay, anymore?
Looks like that's about all the questions, Tony.
Right, okay, so guys, try and look, I really want some people to do this. I really want to do this. I'm not doing this just because, you know, to fill a gap or anything like this. It actually works. This is one of the easiest ways to make money online. Okay, if you do the work and you start to build a list, you will thank me. In a year's time, you will be making money. When I started to do products, I was doing full-time from day one. Okay, I was doing full-time internet marketing from day one. Okay, just because I had a list. Okay, just because I had a list, then I always had money. I was never ever stuck for money. Didn't matter if I was making a huge amount, a little bit. If I needed money, I could get money within an hour. I could have money in my bank within 1 hour. Okay, I don't know how it's like in other countries, but in the UK, you get, you know, if you do a transfer from PayPal into your bank, it's instant. Okay, if you send out an email at the right time of day, you could be making sales within an hour. You could have money in your bank. Okay, if you understand how to do this, and we're only taking launch jacking as a sort of way to get into list building. This is what I'm actually trying to get you into, is list building, so that you can go and make money. Then you will understand how to make money and how to monetize. You know, anytime you need, you can go and get money whenever you need if you've got that email list. So that's what this is really all about. Everything else around about it is just a strategy that you can use with email marketing. Okay, this is what we're really doing, is email marketing here. That's what we're trying to get to. Okay, so I'll leave you with that thought, that you can make a lot of money from doing this, and that if you build a list, you can make money on demand anytime you want. Okay, Robert, thanks for your time. Guys, thanks for turning up. I'll see you next week, same time. Okay, and we'll do some practical stuff next week. Thanks.